Mr. President and colleagues, we have all listened to the report just laid by the chairman and the lead argument for its adoption. I just want to observe firstly, Mr. President, that I think this is a fitting moment to commend the President. It's a fitting moment.
Distinguished colleagues, those of us who are standing, please, can we take our seats?
I would like to begin my comments by commending the President. At least finally, we have Mr. President's nominations to properly constitute the board and management of the NDDC as required by the Act. I want in that same vein to commend you, Mr. President of the Senate, and distinguished senators for the very patriotic positions that this Senate has had to take on the issue of the composition, proper composition, and ensuring the proper functioning and operations of that critical body. As Mr. President knows, and that's the benefit of longevity. As Mr. President knows, and that's the benefit of longevity, when this act was proposed by then President Obasanjo, it was the National Assembly, the patriotism of the National Assembly, which for the first time, under the leadership of then Senate President Okadibo, may God bless his soul, and Galiuma Naba as Speaker, and with Mr. Senate President, then a member of the House, and some who were privileged to serve in the National Assembly at that time. It took a patriotic position, and for the first time, overrode the President's veto to ensure the passage of the Act creating the NDDC. So the current law establishing and regulating the NDDC, Mr. President and their colleagues, is actually a baby of this National Assembly. In that context, we may be reminded that it was the National Assembly which in its wisdom insisted on the requirement of indigenship for the nominations. It wasn't an executive proposal. It wasn't contained in the executive proposal that was sent. And the National Assembly did it for good reason. Because this act was a product of the agitations and concerns of the oil-producing communities. And the National Assembly thought in its wisdom that those who will constitute this agency and drive it should be people who are from the area, who know the area and the problems, and who most importantly feel the pains of the people. I'm aware, from that time till now, a lot of water, unfortunately, and quite some dirty water has passed under the bridge. I cannot say we have faithfully implemented it up until this point. But my concern, Mr. President, and I raised this concern in the course of the screening. 3 senators from Ondo State even submitted a petition objecting to the nomination of the
distinguished, you will go straight to your issue, and I will not really agree with you talking for yourself and talking for others and taking too long. So I will advise that you round up, please.
Submit that we should add a clause in our resolution calling on not only this president, but all future presidents who will have to implement the act to comply in their nominations with the requirements of indigenship. Because what the law says is that the nominees should come from oil-producing areas. But that anyhow you interpret it, it cannot go outside community, it cannot go outside a local government, and it should, in my view, not go outside the senatorial district. It should not be interpreted to mean the same thing as an oil-producing state. And therefore, you go to an oil-producing state and you nominate anybody from within that state. I disagree with that. So, Mr. President, this has been done.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.